I want to continue this discussion on the life issue from Capitol Hill and the perspective there, specifically coming from Congressman Andy Harris, who represents Maryland's 1st District. He's the chairman, by the way, of the House Freedom Caucus, and also chair of the GOP Doctors Caucus. He's got his hands in a little bit of everything. Previously, he was a physician at Johns Hopkins Hospital, and so most of us refer to him as Dr. Harris. Dr. Harris, welcome back to Washington Watch. So good to have you.
It's great to be with you, Jody.
Okay, so man, the March for Life has been organized every year since the Roe v. Wade decision. And while certainly Dobbs' decision may have been tossed into the dustbin of history, pro-life, there is still a lot of work to be done for the pro-life cause. Wouldn't you agree?
That's absolutely right, Jody. It might be a state-by-state fight, but we're in it, and in the end, we will show everyone, and we will prevail, because the fact of the matter is that it is a human life. It does need to be protected, and abortion does take a human life.
So there were a lot of folks. I just had a brief conversation. Don't know if you were able to hear it with Sarah Holliday, who's one of our reporters who was there in person. The weather was frigid, cold to say the least, but thousands were there. What message do you hope is going to be sent to the rest of the country here again on another day of marching for life?
Well, the message is pretty clear. We stand for human life. Despite Dobbs' decision, many states, as you know, have legalized abortion, even in their constitution. Up to the moment of birth. But again, it may take us another 50 years to get these efforts in the states overturned, but we will prevail. We will keep marching, and we will prevail.
I love that confidence, Dr. Harris. Thank you for inspiring us with that, and I believe it. I mean, life must prevail at the end of the day. I did want to throw this across your way and get your reaction. Democrats don't seem to be getting the message that you just shared at all. And it's a message that's shared from the majority of Americans, but none of the Democrats in the Senate voted for the Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act. What in the world does this tell us about where the Democrats are on this issue?
Jody, it just tells you how extreme they are. Even in the House, only one Republican, Henry Cuellar from Texas, voted with us. But again, this is an issue, the vast majority of Americans agree. If you botch an abortion and the baby is born alive, society has the right to protect that life. And again, the vast majority of Democrats in the Congress disagree. I don't think the vast majority of Democrats, registered Democrats around the country, disagree. But the vast majority of elected Democrats do.
What is causing this disconnect? Because I agree, this was not a strong pro-life bill. This is a bill that said if a baby is born alive, it is there in the hands of the doctor or the mother or whomever. The baby is alive there in that hospital room. A botched abortion, the baby is alive, and Democrats voted to kill the baby. There is no way, in my mind, the average Democrat voter across this country supports that kind of thing. What is the disconnect, do you think, with the federal National Democratic Party and average people across the country?
Well, it's more than just the national Democrats. It's Democrats in state houses, the ones who have voted to put these constitutional amendments on the state constitutions that allow abortion right up to birth.
Yeah, good point. Any idea what's causing this? I mean, how can there be this big of a disconnect? I mean, we're talking about a live baby. What makes this not? Well, of course, abortion does the same thing, but a born baby, they're murder.
Look, these elected Democrats are beholden to the most radical wing of the party. It's not only true on this; it's true on immigration. It's true on other issues. Again, the American people started to wake up. That's why Donald Trump is president.
Well, let me shift gears to you again with the pardoning of the pro-lifers. I thought this was a fantastic step forward and a huge statement, frankly, overall. But unlike the previous administration, this administration is not going to be going after pro-lifers. And of course, that was made clear. And we had a little clip a moment ago of the President Trump pardoning 23 pro-lifers. Tell me your thoughts about that.
Look, I think it was a great pardon. I was shocked when the Biden administration went after these pro-life protesters violating their First Amendment rights. Again, you'll have Chip Roy on later. Look, Chip has a bill, and it's filed in the Senate as well, to eliminate that federal law that doesn't allow people to exert their First Amendment rights outside abortion clinics.
Well, you're right. Chip is going to be joining us here in just a little bit. What more are you anticipating or hopeful that you will see from this administration as it relates to pro-life causes?
Well, the most obvious thing is to stop the funding of abortion, especially abortion overseas. We send thousands and millions of dollars to organizations that actually also provide abortion overseas, just like Planned Parenthood here. We send money to them, and they provide abortion. We're doing that overseas, and I hope we could actually possibly eliminate funding for Planned Parenthood. That would be a huge step.
That would be a huge step, and also the doing away with the FDA approving the shipping of abortion drugs, the abortion pill across state lines. What is your take on whether or not some of this defunding can occur, be it internationally, domestically, or even here with the FDA and the mailing of the abortion pill?
Well, the international defunding, I think, is going to occur. I think there's going to be more defunding domestically. With regards to the interstate shipping, look, Jody, the problem is that what Planned Parenthood will do and the people they conspire with are just going to set up a place in every state to ship the drug. I don't think that's going to be a solution. We just have to tell all Americans that we have to remind them that this is a human life. And whether you take it in an abortion clinic, whether you end it in an abortion clinic or with mifepristone, it is still ending that human life.
It is ending that human life. And in the case of mifepristone, I mean, it's extremely dangerous for the mother as well. As I think it's like 1 out of 20 who take it, something like that. You know better than I do, end up in the emergency room. So a lot of work yet to be done just for the safety of that drug for the mother, let alone the death of the baby. Congressman Andy Harris, always great to see you. Thanks for your leadership on this and so many other issues. We appreciate you coming on Washington Watch with us.
Thank you, Jody.